What's up, YouTube? This is Spade here, bringing you guys another Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle. And this is gonna be another OU match with the team of Virizion and friends. And this was against someone by the name of Smash Bro Pro, with some random numbers at the end. And this was just like a really weird match, but still a good match, because there was some interesting prediction games going on throughout the battle. Mainly on his part, and that really kept me on my toes. And there you can see the team preview. Looking at my opponent's team, I don't really see anything too scary looking there. So if I just play my cards right, I should be fine. And for this match, I decided to lead with my Heatran, because I was thinking he's either going to lead with his Donphan to set up his rocks, or then Mienshao to be the standard fake out U-turn lead. And I do have Protect on my Heatran, so I could possibly make him crash with high jump kick if he decides to go for it right off the bat. And you know, it's not like he would really benefit anything by faking out a Heatran. But yeah, that was my thought process going into the match. And without further ado, let's drive right into it. So, like I said, I'm gonna lead with my Heatran, and he actually turns out to be leading with his Tentacruel, which is just fine, because Tentacruel can't really do anything to a Heatran besides try to burn it with a Scald. So I'm gonna go for my Stealth Rocks on the first turn. He goes for Toxic Spikes. Not too big of a deal. I got only 2 pokes that are affected by it, but I guess it's gonna cut Virizion's survivability. It never does anything anyways, and now there are Toxic Spikes, so I guess on that side it's gonna hurt it, but whatever. I'm gonna go with my Jirachi, because I wanna cripple this guy with a trick, and he actually just goes for the Rapid Spin to get rid of my rocks. And now that I know he's locked into Rapid Spin, I'm just gonna go back into my Heatran to try to set my rocks up again. And I do get the opportunity, since he does go into Donphan, which can't really do too much to me besides EQing. And he's just gonna go for his own rocks, and then I'm just gonna go for the lead seat as he just roars me out, which is just fine. But of course he drags out the one out of the 2 Pokemons that I have that are actually weak to Toxic Spikes. But it's fine, it's fine. Now that he's lead seated, I'm gonna take this chance to set up a workup on the switch, because I figure he's not gonna stay in, because Ice Shard won't be really doing too much, and Toxic isn't really racking up too much yet. But of course he's gonna send out his Kyurem, which is definitely a sign to me that he is running a Choice Scarf Kyurem, because he can outspeed me and just one-shot me with Ice Beam. And that being the case, I'm gonna switch out and go into my Heatran, but he goes for the Focus Blast on the switch, predicting my Heatran to come in. And judging by this damage, I'm actually thinking that this is a Choice Specs Kyurem, not a Scarfers. So I was like, damn, I could have just CC'd, but I was obviously thinking like that he would just go for the safe Ice Beam, because I had already set up, but that is not the case. But since I know that he's locked into that, I'm gonna go into my Gliscor, but he actually switches into his Tentacruel, so I'm gonna scout what he's gonna lock himself into, and it's Venoshock, which he actually has, strangely enough, on his Tentacruel. I guess some people run it, but it's still not that standard of a move. But anyway, since I know that he's locked into it, since I gave him the Scarf, I'm gonna go into my Heatran to play a bit more aggressively here, because nothing on his team besides Tentacruel is gonna be able to take a Fire Blast, and Tentacruel is locked into Venoshock, so I can safely go for it on the switch. He goes into his Donphan, just, you know, dies basically. And then he goes back into his Tentacruel, because now he can go for either Scald or just Rapid Spin. And I decided the safest thing I could do here is go into my Virizion. In hindsight, I probably should have just gone into my Frostlass, but whatever. I can still do something with my Virizion, like CC on the switch, since I know he's not gonna stay in. I was kind of expecting him to go into Kyurem again, but he didn't. He goes into his Mienshao. So I'm like, this must be his Scarfer, because otherwise Mienshao is not going to be able to outspeed a Virizion. And since I have the drops, he's going to go for the high jump kick. Right, so I go into my Frostlass right here. But he goes for the Stone Edge and wrecks my Frostlass on the switch. So I'm like, wow, I'm like making like all the bad predictions here. But since I now figured that he's most likely choiced, most likely scarfed, so I'm going to go into my freaking Gliscor and set up a sub, and he is most likely choice, since he did not try to go for hidden power eyes or anything. So that's at least good. I get some sort of momentum going on after kind of making a couple really bad predictions. Or he just predicted me really well, I do admit that. But I'm gonna toxic the incoming Kyurem since I'm safely behind the sub, and then just do the standard thing and protect to get some damage racking up going on. And now he actually switches and he goes into his Mienshao as I go into my Jirachi, you know, just predicting another Dragon Pulse, knowing that I could take it at least decently well. But now I'm not really sure what he's going to do, so I decided to stay in, and much to my surprise, I outspeed him, meaning he's not Scarfed, and yeah, he's not even running Jolly Nature, since my Jolly max speed Jirachi is able to outspeed him. And I go for Fire Punch, I burn him. I'm just really confuzzled right now. And then I make kind of a weird play, but I decided to trick him, because I might be able to trick this, the band that he does have into either his Kyurem, which I can outspeed, or his Volcarona, which I can at least speed tie on. So that being the case, I decided to go for the trick, and then I switch into my Gliscor, because first of all I was kind of hoping that he would survive the burn so I could get a free sub, but that is not the case. But I figured I could, you know, protect if he wants to go into his Kyurem, and then just go from there. But he actually goes into his Scissor, and with Scissor he's definitely not gonna be forcing out the switch, because Gliscor can deal with Scissor all day every day, unless it's like Roost. It's like bulky SD Roost thing, which you don't really see too often, and that is not the case here, so I don't know what I'm even rambling. But he goes for the superpower. I get a free sub on the switch, because yeah, he can't do anything to me. So then he goes into his Tentacruel to break my sub and just go for the Scald, and then I'm just gonna go for the EQ to take him out, and then I think he's gonna send out his Kyurem again. It's a funny nickname, by the way. But I'm gonna go for the Protect, obviously, because I want to scout what he's gonna lock himself into, because at this point, who knows what he could do, because he has made some really interesting predictions so far. But he goes for the Blizzard, so now that I know that, I can safely go into my Heatran on a balloon to take the hits. But he actually double switches into his Scissor, and I already saw that he's not at least Scarfed, because Gliscor was able to outspeed him. So I'm just safe to go for the Fire Blast. He stays in because nothing on his team, again, is able to really take a Fire Blast. So I take him out, now in comes Kyurem, and at this point I'm just gonna sack my Ferrothorn, because I don't know what he's gonna lock himself into. Focus Blast is the most obvious move, but I didn't really want to go into Gliscor just in case he goes for the Blizzard, because that would be horrible. But now that I do know he's locked into Focus Blast, I can safely go into my Gliscor and set up another free substitute as he goes into his Volcarona. And I figured the best move right here, since he's doing quite a bit of switching, and I have pretty much trouble getting direct hits at him, I figured the best move would be to just go for the Toxic, and then just basically go from there. At this point I wasn't really even sure what kind of spread is he running, bulky or offensive, so figured that would be just the safest move. But here I don't really want to take a hit or even protect, because he could just set up a Quiver Dance. I don't know if he has the rest or not. I figured I would just go into my Heatran, but I guess he predicted that as he goes into his freaking Kyurem again, and this time I'm just gonna go into my Jirachi as a death fodder, because I'm not really sure what he's gonna lock himself into. Is it going to be Focus Blast or Blizzard or Draco, which he does go for? And I definitely need my Heatran for the Volcarona. But now that I know he's locked into that Draco Meteor, I'm gonna go into my Virizion, which in hindsight wasn't really the best move, because he's obviously gonna go back into the Volcarona. So I probably should have just gone into Gliscor, either protect it or just set up a sub and then just go from there, because Virizion, I don't have the Stone Edge, so I can't do anything to this guy. But the nice thing is that I can go into my Heatran again. But the thing is that he turns out to be having the Hurricane, which is kind of interesting, because you don't really see that too often, especially outside rain, which he is not running. Luckily though, Heatran can take a couple of those hits being the great Volcarona counter he is. And I'm just gonna be able to retaliate back with a Fire Blast, finally taking out the Volcarona. And now the only Pokemon that he does have left here is his Kyurem. And I'm just gonna stay in to scout what he's gonna lock himself into. And he goes for his, I guess, most powerful move in the situation, which is Blizzard. He's actually able to one-shot everything on my team at this point. But I'm gonna go into my Gliscor. The thing is, I'm still thinking he's Specs, but I can't be absolutely certain because I was too lazy to run any damage calcs during the battle. So I decided that the best move I can do is go into Gliscor, just protect, and then sack Virizion, because if he would happen to somehow survive the toxic damage here, I could just protect here, so it's checkmate anyway, so I figured that would be the best move. But he actually does die this turn, so that will be the game, which leaves me with narrow 1-0 victory with my Gliscor left in the wings. Gliscor has wings, everybody knows that. But yeah, that was the match for today. Pretty interesting. Like, it really kept me, the guy kept me really on my toes, because he made some really good, he made some over predictions, and I really fell for them, and he was really able to get the momentum going on. It was kind of difficult to come back for the match, but in the end I was able to do that, mainly with Gliscor and Heatran, dealing with the rest of his guys. But yeah, it was definitely an interesting match, so really hope you guys enjoyed. I got one really good match backed up, which I think it was either yesterday or the day before that, because I've had a few more battles with this team. But it was really good match. I'm most likely gonna be posting that possibly next weekend, or then I also have to see if I'm gonna post that like 1K uploads special thing. But there's a few like issues that I have to deal with. Basically, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I'm hoping that I can upload it next weekend, but that may not be possible, so I may just upload that really good match that could serve as a 1K special thing too. And then but yeah, what I'm trying to say is I'll just have to wait a bit more in order to you know, get it all done and get everything ready. Well, now I'm just rambling, but basically I can tell you that much, that the Game Station, who have partnered me, they need to do something for me in order that I can upload it, and I don't know how long that process will take. So now that is kind of an issue, so I don't know if I have to like hold back to it for a little more longer. So I'm kind of in the middle of two options. Either I upload that like really awesome, super mega awesome battle as my 1K special, and then just wait and upload that special which I originally had planned like later, you know, which to be honest wouldn't be too big of a deal. Or then I could also do something like upload less next week and on the week following to that, and then just that way I could make it possibly still my 1K special. But then I would get stacked with uploads, and then I would have like million things to upload, so that would be kind of horrible too, because as of now I have so many things backed up on my computer which needs to go up, but I don't wanna like push it too much and upload like a million videos a day. So there's that. But anyways, I think that will be enough for horrible ramblings for today. Hopefully some of you understood what I was trying to ramble about, but I have issues with so much things to do and stuff that I can't do and TGS stuff, and it's complicated, I tell ya. But that will be indeed the ramblings for today. So thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like rating. I would really appreciate it. But that being said, that will be all. I will see you guys next time with more battles sometime next week. So stay tuned, and yeah, until next time, this is TheFlamingSpade signing out. Peace!